Okay, so if you've ever thought about using the profile and maybe you're starting to dabble in it, if you're new to profiling and maybe you're not exactly sure what it is, or really if you've used the profile before and you feel at some level like it didn't work, stick with this video because I'm going to be addressing 5 major errors that traders make when they're new to using the volume profile. I want to break these down because I'm sure that you have committed these. All right, let's jump into these. I've made a list of a bunch of these errors that I know traders are committing. And before I pulled out 5 of them, and before we go into these, I think it's good to address that the root cause of all of these errors, they come from going out and being half-cocked with information and trying to use the profile. For some reason, specifically with volume profiling, I think order flow is another one. I'm sure there's other areas, but with order flow and with volume profile, it's very common to get a sense of what's happening here, kind of get it like a bit of the principle behind it, and then to rush out and start making trade decisions and start really interfering with your entire method based on what you're seeing happen on a depth of market or something like that. And this is a big error. And if you're ever looking to take something new and incorporate that into your current method, what you need to do is to take it at its most basic, like simple level and start using that in one specific way. Okay, so if you're picking up on order flow and you learn a concept on order flow of how it's working, then start using it in your order entries. Like when you're drilled in, you have a setup, you're getting ready to enter, start observing and seeing, is there anything I can benefit from this when I'm placing a trade? If there is, then start incorporating that and going deeper with it, and then move on to incorporating that in other parts of your trading. Whether it's your management, understanding, using order flow to see if this trade you're in is got some juice to it, or if it's not really doing that good of a job of getting where it's going. Your order exits and other things as well. But the main thing being, when you're learning something and you don't have a high level of mastery with it, go back to just its very basic sense and start tackling one piece of it at a time and then building upon that. And that's how you can get very good at order flow. That's how you'll get very good at volume profiling and other skill sets when it comes to trading. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into these. The first one that we're going to cover, the first error that makes a mess out of your P&L when using the volume profile is, I'm going to go with this one.